Hi guys, welcome back. Thank you for being here today. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are not new here, welcome back. I want to thank you guys for being oh so understanding for my hiatus again. And I had some time to kind of get my mind right, and I took a break and a rest. I needed a break and a rest, and so I feel much better. And I have a new goal set to try to do 2 videos a week. So that's my goal, and that's what I'm going to try to stick to. So anyway, I wanted to thank you guys for all of your support through these past several months, and I just really appreciate you all. All right. Also, I do want to put out there, private readings are now open. If you are interested in having a private tarot reading, just reach out to me via email. I will have my email in the description box and we can set something up. Tarot reads are usually a turnaround time of a couple of days. And so they're kind of set up just like a regular reading. I don't do anything with Zoom or anything like that. It is a recorded reading. We communicate via email. You will let me know what you want me to do the reading on, and then I will do the reading, record it, upload it to YouTube, but as a private unlisted video, and then I email you the link to that video and you can watch it. That way you can watch it at your convenience, and you can watch it as many times as you want. All right, so let's get started. Today's video is going to be on Madeline Kingsbury. This was a requested video the other day. I had a request for this. I have been out of the true crime genre for a good month now. I don't know what's going on with anyone. So I had to look into this case, and it does seem kind of like there's a bunch of red flags going on here, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like it's going to be a good outcome. I won't go too much into detail, but Madeline Kingsbury is a 26-year-old mother of 2 children, 2 young children. I believe their ages are 5 and 2. A little girl 5 and a little boy 2 years old. She lived in, Minnesota, but I think it's Winona, Minnesota. So she went missing on March 31st. So that's been a while now. That's a couple of weeks. So Madeline worked from home. I think she worked for the Mayo Clinic. She was going to school. She was working on her graduate degree, if I'm not mistaken. Seemed to be a very smart and successful woman. Had a lot going for her at the very young age of 26. And I believe she had a boyfriend. There's the father of the children is kind of who we're going to be focused on, and his name is Adam. Okay, so we have Madeline and Adam. Now, Adam is not her current boyfriend. I don't know what their relationship status is, if they are, maybe they used to be boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't think that they're married or anything. I believe, from what I understand, that they were living together, but they were on the verge of splitting, I believe. I have watched both of the videos that Grizzly True Crime put out. She has a part 1 and a part 2. So if you do want a nice, cleared up, perfect presentation of this case, that's the video to watch, and then you'll be kind of caught up. But Gizella K does a really good job of her presentation, and so that is where I would recommend that you go to find out really what's going on. But apparently it sounds like the family has come out. In particular, Madeline's older sister has made some statements and has done some interviews, and it sounds like Madeline was on her way to kind of start a new life. Like I said, she was working on her graduate degree. She had just started taking classes again. She was looking for a new place to live, and I believe I remembered them talking about her potentially having a new boyfriend, and was kind of just ready to move on into the next chapter of her life. But I think that her and Adam at this time were still living together. Okay, so he is the father of the 2 children. Now, that morning on March 31st, like I would imagine most mornings were, Madeline Although the children were very young, she did have them in a daycare. She worked from home, so I imagine that that was a good way for them to, socialize with other children and get a routine going, and that probably allowed her to focus on her job. So she would take them and drop them off around 8 o'clock in the morning. That day she went with Adam. So her and Adam took the children in her van to the daycare, dropped the kids off, and then went home. Nobody besides Adam has seen Madeline since then. So it sounds like Adam has stated that he left the residence around 10 o'clock that morning, so just a couple of hours after they dropped the kids off, and he used Madeline's van, and he went off on, a drive for several hours because he didn't come back until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And that is when he claims that he found the house empty. Madeline was not there. He has no idea. He thought maybe she just, left or did something. I don't know how she would leave if he took her car. It sounds like he had his own car, so I'm not quite sure why he took Madeline's car, but he did, and he was gone for a couple hours. So he comes back at 1 o'clock. Meantime, no one from Madeline's family has heard from her. There's been no text messages, no phone calls. Apparently she was very close with her sister that I talked about. They would text throughout the day, always in communication. I think Madeline's mom was trying to get a hold of her. Nobody could get a hold of her all day, which was very unusual for Maddie. And I believe it was the family who, I do believe that they reached out to Adam and asked what was going on. And that's when he told them that he had left. He took the van. He came back, around 1 o'clock. He didn't find her there. He didn't know. Okay. So it was the family that reported Maddie missing. So he is really kind of the last one to see her alive and well. I don't know beyond him, maybe the daycare people. I don't know who took I would imagine at that age you have to take your children into the daycare. So I don't know if she was the one who took the children into the daycare or what. It's just really not looking good, to be honest with you. Now it sounds like the boyfriend did make a statement the other day because he has not been participating in the searches or doing interviews or anything like that. But of course, speculation on, the world of YouTube is going crazy, and, we're all looking at him, right? And, we don't know for sure. Okay. And something could have happened. She could have left on her own, but it doesn't sound like the police believe that. So the police have come out and said that they believe that this was unintentional on her part, that she did not leave on her own free will. So something happened. Something's not right here, and it just isn't looking good for him. But he did make a statement, and he claimed that he had nothing to do with her disappearance, that he wants the mother of his children found, and the reason why he hasn't been participating in the searches or doing interviews is because the police told him not to. He said he has been cooperative with police. However, there's rumors out there that he hasn't really been that cooperative. So there's that. We don't know for sure. And then why did he take her car? He had his own car, according to the sister. He could have very well have taken his own car. Just a lot of red flags going off right now. So that's what we're going to read on today. All right. So I want to go to the morning of March 31st, after Madeline and Adam returned home. Okay. After Madeline and Adam returned home, March 31st, they dropped the kids off at daycare. Oh, I believe that Adam did pick up the kids from daycare that afternoon. I don't know what time they get picked up. I don't know if it's 4 or 5 in the I have no idea. But he picked them up alone. And according to the sister's interview, one of the sister's interview, and I'll have that linked in the description box as well, it was not common for him to pick the children up by himself. Either Madeline did it or they did it together, from what I gather, but it wasn't something that he would do alone, and he did do that alone that day. So that's odd as well. All right, so what happened that morning on March 31st to Madeline Kingsbury? All right, this one wants to fall out. We're going to take it. All right, Three of Wands. So that is a travel card, basically. And I don't know. I don't know. I just need to throw water out there, okay? I do need to throw some water out there. I don't know if there's any bodies of water in the area where he drove to. I don't know exactly where he drove. I think there is, if you do go to Grizzly True Crime, she has her little map time that she does, and she did put the map up on the screen, but I was not really paying close attention because I kind of zone out on the map time stuff. I'm just not a map type of person. So I think they have a general idea as to where Adam drove, okay? I am curious to know if there's any bodies of water in that area, okay? So there's something important about where he went that day. That travel is very pivotal to this situation, and I believe where Madeline could potentially be. All right, so what happened? Okay, so we have the Star card, and we have the Ace of Cups reversed. So there's a lot of water here. So there's definitely water that's big here. And I feel like, I mean, I hate to say this, but like a draining of life. There's a draining here with that Ace of Cups reversed and then right next to the Star. I'm just gonna leave it at that. What happened? What happened to Madeline that day? What happened? Tell us the story. What happened, Madeline? What happened that morning? All right, King of Pentacles. Okay, Five of Wands. Seven of Cups reversed, and we have the Nine of Wands. So there was definitely an argument or some sort of confrontation between the two of these people that morning. I don't know if, I mean, obviously you've got a pretty tricky situation here. You've got these two parents, right? They share two children. They're living together from what I gather, but they're apparently going to be separating soon because Madeline's already moving forward and looking for a place to live and has a boyfriend, I believe, a new boyfriend. And so things are not in a good space for them, okay? And that is clearly coming out. So there was something there that morning that they were arguing about. We've got these two cards here. We've got the Five of Wands and the Nine of Wands. This was something that was recurring. They would continuously argue about the same things. I think it was more than one thing. It was multiple things. That's why we've got all of these wands represent different things that they just did not agree on at all in their relationship. It could range from, how they were raising the kids or where she was going to live or, when he needed to leave or when she was, just whatever you can imagine, they argued about it. And this was, like I said, this was reoccurring. Okay, and it happened that morning, but this time something else happened. Okay, there's something else here that took it to the next level, and there is this, I like I said, I hate to say it, but there's just this draining of life coming out of this particular card that I don't like the feeling of it. And then we have the King of Pentacles, so, and also the Seven of Cups. Sometimes when I do readings on true crime and I pull the Seven of Cups, it can be a drugging card. So you might give something to somebody, or, somebody might be taking drugs, or it could be somebody who is drinking, or potentially when it comes out reverse like that, it could be drinking in excess. Okay, so there's something here with, and then I'm also, when I look at these four cards, when I see these four cards here, I see an argument, and I see these here, I can't help but to wonder if there was something given to her. Was she given something to drink? Did they, it's what, 8 o'clock in the morning. So even if these people were I don't know what their lifestyle was, if, they were morning drinkers or if he drank, I have no idea, but there's something here. There's something here with giving somebody something. Can I get some clarity on these cups, please? Can I get some clarity on the cups? Okay, 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands reversed. Damn, the Death card. I believe that the family knows pretty much exactly what happened, and I think that they pretty much know the outcome, or at least kind of what to expect. The family, I believe, they are probably working hand in hand with law enforcement. To me, when I see this family here, it looks like there's a family getting or receiving visitors is what it looks like. And all these pentacles to me represent bits of information, tidbits, that the family is handing over to authorities, literally. Yeah, there was this time that this happened, or we have this, or I have a text message here, my sister emailed me this, or my sister said this one time. That's what I feel like those pentacles represent in this card. The family very well knows the situation in the home between Madeline and Adam. Okay, and I don't really like how this is looking. We've got the Death card. It's not, usually tarot is not to predict death or anything, but in true crime, yeah, I do sometimes look at that as a literal death. And with it being reversed, it's like a death that was not time. It wasn't time for it. Okay, that and then right here next to it, we've got the Marriage card, the 4 of Wands, but it's reversed. So that's a bad sign as well. I've got these 4 cards here with the water and the potential drugging or something like that. Him smack dab in the middle of it. We've got arguing that has been going on for quite some time. Maybe the arguing has led up to this point and he just was like, I'm done. I'm not, I don't know. Maybe there was an argument that morning that, yeah. But something goes astray and it didn't end well, okay? Would it be this guy, the Adam guy? My guess would be, my opinion, entertainment purposes, yes, because this is a relationship card. So this King of Pentacles, I would guess, is Adam, okay? Just with this one here. But like I said, family is on it, and they are definitely, I think, trying to help with the investigation as much as they can. All right, so let's see if we can get more information on where Madeline is. All right, where is Madeline, and any other kind of information that we can gather. All right, Madeline Kingsbury, where are you? Where are you, Madeline? Okay. This is, by the way, my Tarot of Oppositions card. I don't use this deck very often, but I thought, okay, 3 of Swords. Page of Wands, the Moon card, 7 of Cups again, and this is not a good set. Okay, we have the 3 of Wands. So 3 of Wands is coming out again. There's travel. There's travel. So that little drive that Adam took with Madeline's van, that is very, very pivotal to what happened to her, okay? that has something to do with it, without a doubt, in my opinion. It wasn't just that he took the car for a drive and he left her home to do work. Okay, something else happened. We've got that Seven of Cups again. Okay, this one is the reverse. So the Tarot of Oppositions, the way it works is they have a picture for the upright and they have a picture for the reversal. So this one here is the reversal one, and it shows somebody who is deceased. It shows somebody that has drank in excess. If you were to see it from here, it looks like somebody just had a really good night, right? And they're kind of passed out, but they're going to awaken eventually. They may not feel too great, but they are going to awaken. But when you look at it from this point of view, in the reversal, it has a more sinister, look to it. And that's what's coming out, okay? So I can't help but to think back to all of those water and drink cards. And I have to wonder if, was something given to her to knock her out, okay? Because if that's the case, then that would mean that there was some sort of planning that was done here. But then again, for them to prove that, they would have to have evidence, and, who knows, right? I mean, this is just me throwing things out based on what I'm seeing. You might see something completely different, and that's okay. We're just trying to talk it out and see what comes out. But I wouldn't take that off the table that something was given to her. If not, if it's something, I keep thinking back to the wands, the Five of Wands, the Nine of Wands, that confrontation or that constant conflict that they are always kind of having between the two of them. There could have been something that just went to another level that morning, and this could be a cover-up of something, right? Or this could have been planned. I can't help but to think that there's something here more sinister going on that was given to her. We also have the Three of Swords. It's upright, it's not reversed, but, if you follow tarot, we all know what the Three of Swords is, and this is, it makes me think of the statement from police where they said that she left involuntarily. That is what is like really pounding in my heart right now, is involuntarily. This was a woman who was looking so forward to her future. She really had things that she was working on and she wanted to accomplish them. She was very young. She was very intelligent. She was attractive. She had two, wonderful children. She had a home. She had a good job. She was working on expanding her, education. This was a woman who had a lot of things left to experience in her life, and she was looking forward to it. That's what I can't help but to think of when I see this particular card. This is like complete devastation of, this wasn't supposed to happen. This wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, it's also a card representing the surrounding people that care about her. This is a heartbreak card, is what it is. Okay, devastated. They're devastated. And then we have the Page of Wands, okay, upright. We have the Moon card reversed, and then we have that, we did the Three of Wands, so we've got travel. I would guess, just out of what I've seen so far in tonight's read with the water, definitely outside. I do believe that Madeline is outside somewhere, out kind of in the middle of nowhere and perhaps off of the road. So this would be him walking. Okay, so he would have to drive there. He would have to park. This is going to be obviously where you can do something like that and nobody is going to be able to see you. It's Minnesota. I don't know. I've never been to Minnesota, but I'm assuming that there's some barren Midwestern type of land out there. Could he have been able to park someplace and get out on foot and do something with Madeline and not be seen? Okay, is there a body of water in that area? Maybe. So that's what I'm picking up there. The Moon card, this is the Moon card reversed. Okay, so this to me is scary as far as I can't help but to think that this what is it? It's a dog in this particular card, but it looks like a vicious dog here in this one. You know, that to me is Adam. That represents Adam. And this also represents Adam too. So with this particular card, you know, how the cards are depicted with the oppositions, this to me kind of makes me feel kind of like a split personality with him. You know, he can be very charming and kind, and he can put up a front, because this is also a card of illusions. He's very, very charming. You have to get to know him, okay? You have to really know him. So, you know, just seeing and speaking to him maybe day to day at work, you're not really going to know the true Adam. He has definitely a different side. He has a dark side, and that's the side that was out that morning. That's the side that was out that day, okay? And I see this here in the face of the moon. That's Madeline. And she's got an angry face. So, you know, he's literally, they're kind of, you know, facing off each other right there. And she's not happy. So there was definitely some words exchanged there, but I think that with this card also coming out, that these things are going to come out eventually. I don't think it's going to take very long for us to see the next step in this case, hopefully. Don't forget that 10 of Pentacles. The family is very much cooperating with police, and they are handing those pentacles over to them. Each of those pentacles represents something, some form of evidence, something. If, like I said, it could be text messages, it could be, you know, whatever the case may be, even if it's just they've experienced his personality shift themselves, they are giving that information to them, and police are looking into it. Now, as far as the Page of Wands is concerned, I do think that he overestimates his competence in this situation. So he has, let's not forget that the Page is kind of a younger person, or a younger stage, or an early stage, or something like that, right? I look at it as inexperience in this particular case. Overconfidence in Adam's case. He is the type of person that really likes to, you know, he likes that persona of, you know, he's the man. He can do everything. He's, you know, intelligent, he's handsome. He just, there's a very egotistical vibe that I'm picking up with him. And it's funny that we've got the Page here coming out, and he looks so confident. He is just so, you wouldn't even notice that this was a Page. If you didn't know it was a Page, you might think it would be a knight, or even a king. So there's this feeling of, I'm way more than I am, okay? And that's what he likes to portray. But it's very illusionary, and he's very, very overconfident. And I say all that to say that I feel like there's been mistakes made along the way, and he doesn't even see what's coming. He can't even, he truly in his mind believes that if he has done something, he has gotten away with it, that they are not going to find her, that he is okay. They can't do anything without a body. That's what he's probably saying to himself, that he has taken care of this. He's covered his, you know, he's covered his tracks, and he's crossed all of his his T's and dotted his I's, and he's good to go. That's a mistake. That's overconfidence, and that's gonna, I think, get him in the end. Let me pull a couple more cards here and see what's the outcome of, you know, the investigation. Are they going to find Madeline? What's going on? What's the investigation looking like right now? What's the investigation looking like right now? Okay. What's the investigation looking like? Strength card reversed. So that right there tells me that they don't have enough yet. They don't have enough yet, but they're working on it. This one here, I love the picture. We don't ever have these oppositional pictures on most tarot decks, but this one here, it kind of gives you a different perspective. This is that trust and mutual respect card. Usually it's the woman with the lion, and you can see here in the upright version, he's opening his mouth for her very easily. She trusts him. If she can do that with that lion, that there's trust and respect between the two of them. But in this one here, it doesn't look as safe, right? There's the lion. He doesn't look as healthy. He looks thin. He looks underweight. That means he's hungry. So, she's really taking a risk here by doing what she's doing. And then we have that dark cloud. So taking a risk, there's that, okay? And I think that I think authorities are doing something that, they're definitely working on something. There's some sort of plan, but it's risky. There's something here that they're doing behind the scenes that they aren't sharing. They might not even be necessarily sharing this with the family, but I think they are, okay? I think that they are. I think the family knows a little bit more than what they're saying, which is to be expected, and that's okay, right? We don't need to know everything, especially if it means that it's going to help with the case. So they know that there's something that they're doing, but I do think that it is kind of risky, and they're not in a good state in their investigation yet. They've got some obstacles to overcome. They have questions that they have to answer, right? They have to do all the things like the motive, the means, and all of that stuff that they have to put together. So they are in their building stage, okay, or their building of evidence stage, or building a case. But they are building it. They are working on it. And I think that they do have a clear path in mind. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. I'm so glad that card came out following this one, and it's coming out in the upright. This is the key. This is the piece of information. Remember I said the 10 of Pentacles, all those pentacles were little tidbits that the family's giving them. There's going to be one thing. There's going to be something in that list of tidbits that's going to seal the deal. That is going to be handed over to authorities, and that is exactly what he was not banking on, what Adam is not banking on. And it's literally going to sting him, okay? We've got a bee up here in the corner. We've got a bumblebee. So this is really something that he doesn't see coming, and it's going to hurt. It's going to really kind of blow his whole story apart, and there's going to be consequences. So I do think that there is going to be a good outcome. Not a good outcome as far as, unfortunately, Madeline, but at least a just in the legal sense. But like I said, they've got some hurdles that they have to kind of overcome first. We have the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords, I'm glad that came out, because that's him. He's going down. To me, he's going down without a doubt, in my opinion. And then the High Priestess. Let me see. Is this reverse or upright? Yes, this is the High Priestess. Sometimes I can't. Yeah, this is the High Priestess reversed. Yeah, so the High Priestess reversed. That's a card of knowing, right? That's, it's a feminine card. It's the divine feminine. It's balance. It's all these good things. But with it coming out in the reversal, it makes me feel like I get the feeling with that card that he just has no clue. His ego is in the way of his ability to look at things in a what's the word I'm looking for? Objective way. Okay, so he is definitely living in his own delusional world, and he believes it. He truly, whatever he puts out there, he's okay with putting it out there, because he genuinely believes it. And I don't think that he thinks that he's going down. And so this will be a shock to his system. And then we have the Knight of Swords. Okay. I actually think, even though it's going to be some hurdles and obstacles that authorities are going to have to kind of, jump, or, some things that they're going to have to do, they are working diligently on this. And I think it's going to be quicker than, we think, or at least what I was thinking, because at first I really didn't get anything as far as time is concerned. So I thought, okay, especially when I seen this card, I thought this might actually take a while. But now that this card has come out, the Knight of Swords, that's all about speed. That's all about action. That's going in there, right? They are gung-ho on trying to solve this crime. And it, I don't know as far as time. We've got a 2 here, but we've got these high numbers as well. So I don't really want to put a time on there, but I don't think that it's going to take too long, right? There might be something in a couple of weeks that we hear. I can't help but to look at that 2 here next to it. So could it be 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months? Hopefully not 2 years. And I don't feel like it would be years, because this card is, that to me would indicate an outcome earlier than that to me. And we have the 7 of Pentacles, and we have the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. So I'm going to leave it there. So let's look at these here. The King and Queen. We have a King and Queen, okay, both upright. Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles, and then we have the 7 of Pentacles here. This one I can't help but to think of Madeline, the way she is, looking. I feel like this was her overall outlook on life at that time. Whenever this happened, whatever happened, obviously it wasn't planned on her end. She was looking forward to her future. She was happy. I think she was very happy, very content with the way things were going in her life, and she was really looking forward to seeing what this next chapter had to offer for her. That to me is, it's just disgusting to look at when I compare it to this one here, him. If you look at the 2, this is like a good depiction of, I feel, him and her. So we've got her, and then we've got Adam over here, and it just, you can see the difference in personalities and energy. Not to say, everybody has 2 sides, right? But overall, this to me really kind of depicts their energy, and that's why they couldn't get along. But I do believe that Madeline, in the beginning, because he is so good, he's so good at deception, he's so good at putting forth a fake portrayal of who he is, she didn't know who she was getting involved with. And so it's not surprising that it didn't last very long, because the minute she got a whiff of who he really was or is, she was not gonna deal with that. Okay, so that is definitely her. And then we have, and it's another, well, it's not the cups. I was gonna say we had the 7 of Cups earlier, but we have the Queen of Cups, and then we have the King of Pentacles. I can't help with that Queen of Cups. I cannot help but to think back to those 4 cards. Where did they go? I can't help but to think back to the 4 cards, that 7 of Cups. Where was the other one? Did I use, what was this here? Which ones did I pull? The water. I'm thinking of water. 7 of Cups has come out a couple of times. We had the Star card, the Ace of Cups. Yeah. Let me pull these out again. King of Pentacles. Okay, so we had earlier, we had the King of Pentacles. Okay, so that's him. That's matching up. That's him without a doubt. We have the marriage in not good condition. We have the Death card. We have the draining of spirit, of energy, of water. The Star card goes along with that. We have the argument, the travel. But these cups to me here are, again, another confirmation of how important the water is. The cups are also depicting, I think, a little bit about Madeline's personality. So very warm, very compassionate, very motherly, very caring, very generous, okay? So very loving person. That was just who she was. But there's something deeper here. There's something more to the water. There's something more to her holding that chalice, that cup. Okay, so I would say in that area, that he supposedly drove in that amount of time. They would have to, I'm sure that they're looking and they're all over that location that he traveled in. And I do think, let me just ask quickly. Let me switch decks really quick. Let me just ask if they're going to find her, because they're definitely looking. So are they going to find her? Let me see. What are we going to pull? This is my Heaven and Earth Tarot deck. All right. So is Madeline Kingsbury going to be found? All right, is Madeline Kingsbury going to be found? Okay, is Madeline Kingsbury going to be found? Let me cut the deck here. Queen of Swords. That gives me a very good feeling. Okay, this to me, if there's a yes in the deck, Queen of Swords would be a yes. So I do think that they're going to find her. Let me pull out one more. Okay, they, at this point in time, I think that they could either, couple things, they could either have two locations that they're suspecting. Okay, I think it's that, and then I think it's, it's literally like a shot in the dark. They don't know for sure, but they have suspicions. I think that they're going to find her. Look at these swords. These are all determination. These swords here really mean that they're thinking. They are looking at the maps, and they are literally figuring out where they can go search, where he could have been, where he could get to in this time frame, how he could get back. They're looking at all of it. Okay, so if there was ever a case where I feel confident that they are searching every square inch that's possible, it's this case. I think that they have a couple of places narrowed down. I really do. Okay, they're not 100% sure, but they've got something. They've got something. There's two locations that they're focused on. Maybe one more than the other, but there are at least two locations that they're focused on. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys, and let's just send out some prayers to Madeline's family, her children, her mom, dad, her sister, her brother, friends, co-workers, people that cared about her. Good thoughts to all of them, and let's pray that they do find Madeline and that this case can, have some justice. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you soon. Have a great evening. Bye.